a man who was abusive and selfish and beat his wife. The love of Christ could change that man to make him a great man of God and lead his family to the kingdom of heaven. If you catch this, it says, and to know the love of Christ. And then here comes what I want you to listen to, which passeth knowledge. What is that saying? That's saying that no matter what we know or what we think we know, there's nothing greater than the love of Christ. And I was just telling people how the love of Christ sets addicts free, breaks chains, changes a man who was abusive and selfish and beat his wife. The love of Christ could change that man to make him a great man of God and lead his family to the kingdom of heaven. The love of Christ enters into an addict and changes them, and instead of wanting drugs, he wants Jesus and wants to be filled with that. The love of Christ enters the brokenhearted woman, and she becomes whole again, and her heart begins to mend, and she's a prayer warrior for Christ. So no matter what you're going through today, the love of Christ can set you free and make you an overcomer through him. The love of Christ is more valuable than anything that we will ever encounter. The love of Christ is better than the high that you can find in narcotics or drugs. There's nothing greater than the love of Christ. When we encounter the love of Christ, we become the person we were always meant to be, and this is a process that helps mend us because we were in darkness without him. We lived a life full of sin, and the wages of sin is death. If we don't have the love of Christ in our life, then we are dead. We become new creatures with the love of Christ. When the love of Christ enters in us, we become a new creature. The addict, I don't know if you've ever seen someone suffering for years in complete just chaos and darkness, and just every day they would sell their soul for some dope. But then the Lord encounters them, the love of Christ encounters them right where they're at in the pit of darkness and disparity, and he mends their heart and fills them and fills that void that they've been seeking and chasing. That high that they were after becomes him, and he sets them free and breaks the chains and says, loosen your grips, and talking to the enemy. He is no longer yours. He belongs to me. He is my child, and he always has been. The Lord, the love of Christ passes all things, not just knowledge, but all things. There's nothing greater in this universe than his love. That is the key. Not whether he was God or it was the fact that he did what he did, and he continues to do it daily. We see him daily set people free. We see great movements in people's lives, but they don't count it as a great miracle because, our miracles were open the eyes of the blind, or make the paralyzed walk again, or the dumb speak. Those were the miracles that we think of, but the true miracle is to have someone that was going straight to hell be brought into the kingdom and be brought into the fold of Christ. That is the greatest miracle, to see someone rescued from complete damnation and darkness.